Make sure everything's set up and ready to go here. Where is it? Oh, I can't find it. I guess don't need it. It'd be fine. Alright, so, doing this again. Let's go. Oh. Hold on just a second. Messed that up a little bit. Let's try that again. All right. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hey. You go all right. Hot. Alright, the ever important very first run of the day. No AC. No, I got AC. It's just hot. It's not really hot in my apartment, but I had to go out earlier today. It's hot. Well, luckily not dead. Ooh. Damn. Almost had to restart. That's bad. It's amazing that I can do that and not get hit, and then other times it's like the slightest thing. Oh yeah, man, I really did lose a lot of time on that. Well, did you find the sword? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart. Eh, maybe not. Whatever, we just go. This sucks, but whatever. I really wish I hadn't gotten that heart. Ooh, 4 seconds back, Jesus. I didn't need that heart. Would have rather just taken an extra tick of damage and then sped up. How long did it take you to find it? I had to turn off encounters. Well, modern conveniences. I mean, that does make it a lot easier. That and being able to dash, too. So after you found it, it didn't seem like it was that unobvious, yeah? I mean, it's not like it's just, you know, staring you right in the face or anything, but if you kind of look at it, it's like, oh. Jesus, this is a bad time. Oh, come on. Or... oh, whatever. I mean, once you look at it, it's like, oh yeah, that seems like those two things are connected, yeah. I mean, there are a decent amount of hidden paths in the game, you know? But that's the only quote-unquote invisible bridge. Oh, damn it. Ugh. Jesus, this is bad. Whatever. I'm gonna be like, what, 604 here? We're just gonna restart. This is terrible. Oh, whatever. That just kind of got a little bit ridiculous there at the end. Boop. I mean, the thing about the US version of that game is all the hidden paths are actually marked. Like, they... they actually put them on the screen where you can see them. Oh yeah, like I know what you're talking about. Like I held my tongue on that yesterday. I was like, should I tell him that it's not in the room? And I was like, nah, he'll figure it out. Ah, God. Move your ass out of the way. Sat there looking at it. Move. I mean, the only place where maybe that isn't the case is the pathway to the land of summoned monsters. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much all the hidden paths are in some kind of room. I mean, I guess the Cave of Sylph, too. Like, it feels really fast compared to the older ones, yeah? Just the gameplay tempo and everything. Did the Malboros kill you? I mean, it's a longer game, content-wise. It's a longer game, but just like the fighting and everything is just way higher tempo than the first three. It's way higher tempo than the two that come after it, too. It's probably, you know, outside of, I guess, the more recent ones, which are more like action games, it's probably the fastest one they've made. The thing with those fights is if you use the hourglasses, they're trivial. I mean, those are really the best places to use them. You really got nowhere else to use them that you need to, honestly. Like the ones that come after this, the ATB bar doesn't fill up quite as fast, so you're gonna have kind of like dead time sometimes, where like you just can't input an action because nobody's ready yet. Like Final Fantasy IV, that's pretty much never the case, outside of like the really early game when maybe like you're fighting with Cecil by himself. Otherwise, it's like somebody's always ready to go. The battles don't really drag on either. That's one of the things I like about it too. Like the random encounters tend to be pretty quick. If you know what to do to deal with the enemies, it's just pop, pop, pop. And as long as you pretty much fight everything you run into, you really don't need to do any grinding in that game either. Like, it's pretty well balanced on that front. Aw, damn it. Oh yeah, that's the other thing about Final Fantasy IV, though, is like the monsters, like, they just don't stop attacking. If you're not doing anything, like, the monsters are just constantly attacking. Like, it really, as far as I'm concerned, it's by far the fastest of the turn-based Final Fantasies. Like, the 3D ones, like, the animations themselves kind of slowed things up and bought you some time. But, like, that one, you know, there's really no animations. It's just, you know, the enemy flashes and it hits you. Like, the Zeramus fight, especially. Like, Zeramus's attacks are extremely quick. I mean, on the US version that I played, you could beat the game. I mean, you can beat the game pretty low level, honestly. But like on a standard playthrough, you could, you know, if you weren't going out of your way to fight a lot of stuff, you could probably beat it around level 50 or so. As long as Cecil and Kane had about 2000 HP, like, you could probably beat the game. I mean, a bad Big Bang would screw you, but as long as you can recover from Big Bang against Zeromus, you can beat the game. I mean, that's really the only question. And then there's a little bit of randomness with Big Bang too. Like, there's strong Big Bangs and then there's weak ones. If you get the weak ones at even not that high of a level, you'll be okay, but a strong Big Bang, if you don't have 2000 HP, you're probably dead. Yeah, if you got 4k HP on Cecil and Kane, like Rosa's got 2000 something, for the most part you'll be okay. You just gotta spam Cure 4 with Rosa and it'll work itself out, as long as you know, use items to fill any other gaps. Then just have Edge spam throw and... Well, honestly, in that fight, because magic always gets countered, in a lot of ways it's best to have Rydia not do anything other than use items. So it's mostly just, you know, your 3 physical attackers just pounding on Zeromus, and that'll be enough. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens with everyone, is Rydia dies, and if you cast magic with her, she just causes Zeromus to counter with Flare or Virus or something that's not really good, so for the most part it's best if she's either dead or just using items. Yeah, if you haven't thrown any shurikens up to that point, you probably got enough to where you don't really need to throw any of the weapons. I was going to ask, did you save Yang before the Giant of Babel? Wake him up. Get the knife. Yang, yeah. So, did you find him in the Cave of Sylph sleeping in the bed? No, it's what the pattern is. You're supposed to find him there, and then you go talk to his wife, and then his wife gives you the frying pan, and you're supposed to go back and hit him over the head with the frying pan to wake him up. And then after you do that, if you take the frying pan back, she gives you the kitchen knife, which is the most powerful throwing weapon in the game. It's a guaranteed 9999 on the throw. Yeah, it's pretty easy to miss. Like, if you don't go there before you do all the other stuff. I mean, it's... A lot of people do that just because, I mean, it's not clearly demarcated that you're supposed to do that ahead of time. Like, when I originally played the game, I made it to the frying pan part, but I didn't realize you could get the kitchen knife. It didn't occur to me to return the frying pan. Yeah, like if you go through it when you're supposed to go through it, it's a pretty hard area. But if you can make it through it, the rewards are really good. Like the Avenger that you get there. The two-handed sword that puts you in Berserk. That's one of the best weapons in the game. Oh, god damn it. Like, that actually gets used a lot on, like, speed runs and stuff like that. Yep. Same with me. It's just like, oh, the frying pan's just gonna stick around, I guess. Yeah, I mean, if you went later on, by the time you went, it probably didn't seem like as good a weapon, because, like, you would think it's something you're supposed to put on Cecil, but the best person to put it on is Kane. And because Kane gets the damage boost from Berserk and he's just constantly attacking, like your DPS just goes way, way up versus using the jump attack. Like with Cecil versus his other weapons, the attack power isn't really that high, so you don't really get as much of a bonus out of using it. I mean, Cecil is Berserk and he attacks more. So, I mean, in that sense it goes up, but with Kane it's just way more of a bonus. Just because jump, while it's powerful, because it takes so long to go off, it's not that much better than, you know, just spamming regular attacks. But with the Avenger, you're getting the damage bonus and you're attacking more often. So it, like, Kane just becomes... he becomes your best damage dealer for a little while, honestly. Yeah. Like, the advantage of jump is that it takes him off the screen so he doesn't take damage. That's the biggest advantage of it. That's how you use Kane to beat Zeramus when you're low level. That and... well, I guess it's mainly because of the spear, but, you know, Kane's effective against, like, flying enemies and things like that, too. I want to say, like, jump gets treated a little bit different than regular attacks, and I don't know if it gets countered or not. I can't remember, but... like, there's some nice things about jump. Like, the damage bonus itself isn't really anything. It just kind of makes it, you know, at least worth it to do it versus regular attacks. But the real advantage is just he becomes invulnerable while he's in the air, and then a few other things. Like, obviously, it's useful against Valvolus or whatever, since it'll stop her from spinning. I don't know if there's any other enemies that it has any kind of special properties like that with, though. God damn it. Off the top of my head. Oh, come on. Yeah, Rosa tends to be best with the bow, although if you want to, like, you know, make her a better magic caster, it's better to put her on staffs. It really doesn't matter that much. For Rydia, the bow, like, her weapon can make a big difference on, like, how much damage she's doing, but otherwise it doesn't matter that much. I mean, because she's not doing that much damage anyway, unless she's casting spells. Ah. Oh, that sucks. Oh. Oh my god, you guys are really being trolls. Ah. That was a real shit set of jump patterns. Yeah, I mean, the bows can be really good if you, like, are hitting weaknesses and stuff like that. I mean, they're obviously better than the staves for damage. The staves is, I mean, again, the staves are best for if you want to enhance the magic. Like, it makes a pretty big difference in how much damage she's doing with her spells versus, you know, with a bow versus a staff. I mean, it's not like double or anything like that, but... when you're doing, like, the multi-target spell attacks, it can make a pretty big difference in how fast you can whittle down a big group of enemies. And then for Rosa, obviously, it's just... for the most part, I mean, you can... No, that's not right. I mean, you can try, like, a physical staff build with Rosa, but it's not, like, the most optimal thing to do for the most part. I mean, usually if you're equipping her with staff, it's just so she heals for more. I don't know, Prey's pretty random, and once you get to the later game, like, it's so weak that it's really not even worth it. She's got so much MP anyway, like, you can cast spells for days, and as long as you got cabins, by the time you make it to the next save point, you should still have MP left. I mean, unless you are really grinding enemies, I mean, you're really not going to run out of magic in that game. I mean, you'd have to be going, like, you know, full tilt on every fight. And it's really not necessary. for the most part, physical attacks are more than enough to get you through the mob battles. Yeah, the slimes are really the only thing that, you know, physical attacks really don't help too much with. But if you've got elemental weapons, you know, kind of a funny story related to that with me in that game. So, like, when I played that, I was in elementary school. And the first time I played the game, you know, after you destroy Rydia's hometown, you're supposed to go through the desert and get the Kaipo, and then you stay at the inn there. Now, the first time I played the game, like, I didn't walk through the desert, like, I walked around it, and so I ended up going to the cave first. And so, at that point, it's just you by yourself with Cecil, so you're by yourself. So I go into that cave, and if you remember, like, in that cave, there's zombies, and Cecil's attacks don't work against the zombies because, you know, he's got, you know, dark weapons because he's a Dark Knight. So they only do, like, 1 damage per hit. So I just remember, like, I got there when I was a kid, and, like, I didn't really understand what was going on. And so I sat there and pounded on, like, a pair of zombies until I killed both of them, doing, you know, 1 damage per hit. I was like, oh, wow, that's really hard. I must be really weak or something. And the thing is, like, they weren't killing me, so I just kind of stuck it out because I had enough heal items to kind of make it. But I mean, because the thing is, like, if you go in the order I did, nobody, like, you know, Tella explains to you that, like, your weapons aren't going to be effective against the undead monsters here. And, like, that's how you're supposed to know that that's why it's not working. But I mean, it wasn't like I was dying. And I think at the time I didn't understand how to run away either. Because I didn't have an instruction manual for the game as like a rental. So it's like, oh god, I just gotta sit here through this. And I finally beat that battle, and then I ran into another one on the way out of the dungeon, because like Tella won't let you through, obviously, until you've got Rydia in the party. And so I had to go back out. And as I'm going out, I run into another zombie encounter. I was like, oh god, I'm not doing this again. So like I kept trying stuff until I could figure out how to run. And then I finally, you know, pressed the L and R buttons together, and I was like, oh, that's what it is. And it's like, that kind of helped lead to my pattern from like early when I played that game of just running away from everything. Which is actually a kind of an interesting way to play the game, because it makes the boss battles a lot harder. And then you got no money either. For the whole game, pretty much. Because I fought Bagan with Cecil almost at level 1, I think. And that was the first Final Fantasy I played too that had, you know, magic points and not the old, I think, Dungeons and Dragons, wizardry, original Final Fantasy style of each spell has a set number of casts. So, like, because that was my only experience with Final Fantasy, like, I was already kind of conditioned to be really conservative with how much I used magic. Because it's like, oh, you've only got so many casts of this spell, you don't want to, like, you know, burn it up, you know? So an encounter looks like it's going to take a while, like running away is the better option because you just don't want to waste magic there. Oh, God, this is a bad time. Oh, whatever. Let's just go. I thought maybe I was okay on that throw, but I guess I was just a little bit... like 5 seconds behind where I'd like to be. Final Fantasy 2 and 3 didn't come out in the US. Like the real Final Fantasy 2 and 3. Those never came out until the US until almost the end of the PlayStation life cycle when they released them as part of, well, 2 didn't come out until almost the end of the PlayStation Final Fantasy when they released it part of, like, Final Fantasy compilation or something. Whereas Final Fantasy 1 and 2 together. And it's a little bit updated version of the game too, so it wasn't like the original version of the game. And then Final Fantasy 3 never got a US release until the DS version that came out. Not the DS, the Game Boy. No, it was the DS. The DS version that came out. Like those games, Final Fantasy 4 in the US was called Final Fantasy 2. And then Final Fantasy 6 was called Final Fantasy 3. Because 5 didn't come out either. Oh, come on. Oh, that's bad. But to be fair, like, the last 2 rooms weren't really my fault. It's kind of bad RNG and no arrow drops. I guess that's bad RNG too. Yeah, it's like 2 and 3 came out so late in the NES cycle that by the time they would have come out in the US, the Super Nintendo was already out, and I think they just kind of felt that at that point they wouldn't sell. So they gave up on them. And they just decided to release the new one that was coming out for the Super Nintendo instead. And then Final Fantasy V, I'm not sure why that one didn't get a release. I think it might have been because they felt, I want to say like, they felt it was like too complicated or something like that with all the jobs and stuff, but I don't remember. But there was a reason that that didn't come out too. I don't remember what it is though. I mean, the original Final Fantasy V is really, really grindy. I think maybe I think that might have been part of why they didn't release it. I'm doing alright. How are you today? I mean, Final Fantasy V, if you know all the tricks with Final Fantasy V, it's actually a pretty quick game, relatively. But if you don't know it, like, it's your first time playing it, you know, there's all these jobs, and it takes so long to level them up, like, and then... I mean, it takes a long time to level them up because, one, there's a lot of jobs, but the other thing is, like, the job skill points in that game are just really, really low. Like, the enemies just really don't give you very much, so you gotta fight so many fights, and the fights are slower than Final Fantasy IV, and... like, the gameplay depth on that game is really good, in terms of, you know, how much you can do with all the classes and everything. Like, technically, every class in that game is viable. By itself. Some of them obviously require much more work than others, but in that game, like, pretty much any class you can get to work. So that's like the people that do streams of that game, like, they'll do, you know, roulette randomizers for what classes they can use for the game. I didn't like the story in 5 as much as I did 4. I think it's probably because the pacing wasn't as good, just because, like I said, it's a little bit grindy. I think if you take the grind out, the story's not that bad, though. I just didn't like it as much as 4, though. And, like, to be honest, like, I've never really been a fan of... and this has pretty much been the case since Final Fantasy V, like, all the characters kind of being samey. And that, you know, like, none of them really have any kind of special traits that much, other than maybe, like, one skill. Otherwise, like, they all get the same spells, their stats all look kind of the same. I think that's part of the reason I didn't like Final Fantasy V as much, as, like, all the characters kind of felt the same. I mean, obviously you can specialize them different ways, but... the fact that they could all be anything kind of, in some ways, I felt stripped them of personality. Like, I like specialization. Like, everybody can be everything, and all the characters are more or less the same. Like, not really a big fan of that. And that's not me saying, like, all characters shouldn't be viable. But... like, I kind of like the idea of, you know, this is what you get to work with, figure it out. Ah. Come on, guys. Ah. This is not good. Ah. Not very lucky today with the patterns. Oh, come on. I forgot about that stupid rock. Oh, come on. God. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Can't believe how unlucky I've been with that fight today. Like, I don't want to leave the Desert Palace, like, behind by 5 seconds. Sorry, like, that's shit. Not when I should be at least 15 seconds up. And on a good run, like, close to 30 seconds. I'm not taking 5 seconds behind there. That's unacceptable. I mean, at that point, say I do well in the second half of the game, I've basically thrown it away already before I even get there. Then what's the point? Oh, come on. Man, RNG really has been shit today. Oh, screw that. I don't know, I really haven't had very much luck today with any of the minor things. Like whether it be the guard patterns or, you know, the way the worms jump or the way the skeletons run in that room, whether, you know, arrows drop on the cyclopses, just the rats running around, just everything's been bad today so far. Snakes haven't given me any good patterns, really. Like, it's been pretty bad. At least the Octoroks gave me one good run through. That's about it, though. This is really the first time in a while it really felt like this is sorry, like all this small RNG has been this bad. I mean, you'll get pockets of it here and there just because you can't help it. You're just gonna get it every now and then. You just having to roll the dice too many times. Of course, you're gonna miss sometimes, but like rarely is it this bad this often. There's so many things you got to deal with every run, you know, which direction are the guards moving, because, you know, some of them always move in the same direction, but some of them, the first movement they take is random. If they aggro, do they aggro immediately, or do they wait a little bit? You know, the rats, which way are they going to run? When are they going to stop? When are they going to start up again? How far are they going to run? Which direction are they going to run when they start back up? The snakes, you know, which direction are they going to be going in first? Are they going to stop and come at you? Or are they just going to let you walk by? And so, you know, you got all that all over the place, and, you know, if it's only like one or two enemies, you know, it's not that much to expect. You know, every now and then you're just going to get some good patterns, but as you know, like, you're dealing with multitudes of these enemies along the path, and all it takes is like one or two of them to do something that's disadvantageous and just blow everything up. See, because there was a little bit of a hesitation there, I was able to get by him. But if he immediately comes after me as soon as he aggroes, then I don't get by him there. He sticks me in the side. That was nice. Always appreciate the upper pathway being entirely open. Don't run up there. Man, you've been running up there a lot recently. recently and lately became a word together. Alright. Let's get the lever right. Okay. Stupid rat. And out the door. My line on this screen has been not very good recently. Oh, God. Did not think he would do that. Just really did not think he would do it. All right. That's unfortunate. That one I know I was late. Needed to grab the pot more by the front edge and ended up grabbing it in the middle. I think that little split second is all the difference in the world there. Alright. Hopefully we'll get a better pattern this time. Please don't be jerks. Come on, man. Drop arrows. Ugh. Rotten luck on that. This is not dropping arrows for me today. Dash, please. Somehow the Landmolus fight today has become the gate that is extremely rare these days. Odd for 2 runs to end there. Pretty unusual for 1 run to even end there. Oh, come on. Ooh. Didn't think I was getting away with that one. That RNG on that soldier too. Like after I clink him, whether he waits a little bit before he aggroes or he aggroes immediately makes all the difference in whether you get hit there or not. If he aggroes immediately, you're probably getting hit. That's going to cost you a couple seconds. If he doesn't, you get out of there clean. We did that. Okay, we're good for rupees now. Let's just get through here, please. Get through this dungeon, I mean. I can't get through this room, we got a problem. 28. All right. Not too bad. Yep. It took a long time. 52 sounds about right. The thing is, though, I think that they, like, do life drain on Cecil, though, so they keep getting HP back. If I'm correct. I might be wrong about that. That might be different zombies. I want to say if you use the Dark Wave that it does more damage. I can't remember because I've never really bothered to use it, but I want to say it does. But the thing is, like, the US version of the game doesn't have that attack. Oh my god, it's just really unlucky today. Oh my god. Almost entirely sword work to kill those things. Jesus. Look, I am aware that not all of my arrow shots there were the best, but the angles they take coming out of the ground can really make a difference. And they haven't been giving me very much to work with today. Yeah, that's the attack I'm talking about. Like, that attack doesn't exist at all in the US game. Like, Prey doesn't exist either. I want to say one of Sid's abilities doesn't exist. Tella doesn't have the recall ability. Like, there's a lot that's pretty different. Oh, come on. So let me ask you, did you have Cecil on the front line or in the back line towards the end of the game? Yeah, like in a lot of ways, it's good to actually have him and Kane on the back line. Because Kane can do jump, so he doesn't suffer from the backline damage loss. But for Cecil, because he's got cover, like he takes so little damage from the back line that you can basically just stick him back there and have him cover everybody from physical attacks. You just got to worry about magic attacks at that point. So like if a character gets knocked out, you can just revive them, keep them in critical, and then he'll just cover all the physical attacks that they would take. It's pretty helpful, especially against like the behemoths. Oh, come on, man. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm the one that charged on a bad line. Like in the Ashura fight, it's a really effective strategy, because he can basically just tank all of her physical attacks and keep you alive. I thought that was her name in the game. Did she get a different name? The Queen in the Land of Summoned Monsters. Like, that fight can be pretty bad if you go there early. If you go there later in the game, it's not too bad. And especially if you don't know to cast Wall on her. Because, like, early in the game, like, you pretty much can't win the DPS race. Like, she just healed up everything, so it's like, what are you supposed to do? So, and you probably know this by now, but you're supposed to cast Reflect on Ashura, and then, like, all the heal spells reflect back onto you. If you're strong enough, it doesn't matter anymore. I mean, as long as she doesn't roll Cure 4, you don't have too much to worry about, but... Or Curaga, or whatever it's called in that game now. Yeah, that was the strategy. That was the intended strategy for beating her. Is like, if you went there the earliest you could, like, that fight's pretty hard unless you've been grinding up to that point. And, like, her attacks will kind of wipe you out. And then she heals up everything, and if she gets Cure 4, like, odds are she'll have healed up all the damage you've done to that point. And so it's a really frustrating fight if you don't know that you can just cast Reflect on her and then her heal magic all comes back onto you. And so basically the only thing you have to worry about at that point is her just hitting you with her attacks. I forgot to count. It's okay though. Yeah, Kiraja, yeah. That level of spell got replaced with full heal later on. Fuck, I hate that mechanic. God, it's so annoying. That's like a 5-second loss there just because of stupid RNG. Yeah, like if you use it on a single character, it's max heal. If you use it on everybody, it's not quite it's not a max heal, but it's doing a lot of heal damage or healing power, I guess. Do you have any trouble with the Dark Bahamut fight? It's like, it's that first Mega Flare. If you can get through that okay, you can kind of recover. But if he wipes out half your party with that first Mega Flare, you're in trouble. That's lucky to keep Rosa alive. Like, that generally tends to be the problem, is like, he'll kill Rosa with the first Mega Flare, and then you're just scrambling to try to, you know, get things back in order before he casts it again. Oh, you didn't gamble with Ashura? Ashura is the true gambler's play there. I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like the Bahamut fight where you just want to get a Moon Veil off. Or Star Veil, or whichever one it is that is, you know, like full party reflect. If you can get that off, then you're in pretty good shape at that point. You can just kind of use elixirs or something to heal. And you don't have to worry about the reflect. Ah, yeah. That's too bad. Yeah, that's a hard fight for pretty much everyone the first time through. Unless you come in overpowered. Alright, luckily it doesn't have a lot of HP, though. Oh, come on. Oh, it's going to be over 3 today, isn't it? Three. Come on, I'll take a 3. Just one more. One more. Alright, I'll take a 3. That's fine. Not great. It's acceptable. Level 60, you still got a long way to go. The truth is, like, the Pixel Remaster is a little bit harder than the original game. In that sense. Like, they scaled up the HP for some of the stuff. I mean, the same thing's true with Final Fantasy 1. Like, the Chaos fight in Final Fantasy 1 is very, very different than it is in the original game. I think they changed the sprite art for the Chaos too. Have you ever seen the sprite art for the Chaos from the original game? Oh, damn it. If not, you should take a look at it. Tell me if you notice anything. Sticking out. Literally. Like, seriously, you should look at it. It's something to behold. I'm actually surprised they put that in a video game back then. Oh, are you looking at it? God damn it, stupid fireball. Shit. It's something, isn't it? Although I suppose it's no worse than the Mara enemies in Shin Megami Tensei, so. Ah, damn it. Oh, that's stupid. Whatever. Took another heart of damage anyway. This was not meant to be. This dungeon was not meant for me to get through damageless. That was a stupid mistake. Forget to put that bomb down. That cost me a couple seconds. You'll have to forgive me. My attention was somewhere else. Oh, come on. Damn it. Now I'm low on arrows. What am I doing? Okay, one of you jerks drop arrows, otherwise I'm gonna... There we go. Still though, it's pretty surprising like a game like that could just have, you know, like a giant demon monster with, you know, giant monster dick coming out of it. Nobody really ever said anything. But the fact that you didn't know what I was talking about until you saw that makes it, I'm pretty sure that they did something about it in the Pixel remaster. I can't remember what though. That's pretty lucky. Yeah, if you look at like the sprite for all the different games, they left it in some, and in other words, they kind of toned it down. I mean, to be fair, back when that game was made, like, games weren't ostensibly for kids, you know? It's still kind of like a PC thing, and that was more like, you know, middle-aged men. That's why if you look at like some of the games that came out in Japan back in like the 80s and early 90s, like some of that stuff pretty wild. Well, I guess a giant monster would have a monster-sized wiener. Makes sense, you know? Can't argue with the logic. Oh well, that's not a big deal. You know, I'm kind of surprised. You know, the honest truth is, like, I never even really noticed that when I was a kid. I mean, to be fair, like, a lot of the sprites on the early Final Fantasy sometimes were kind of hard to decipher, but damn it. One pixel too late throwing that bomb. I thought it was okay. Oh, there goes 5 seconds. I'll never get back. Yeah, like instead of, you know, having it stick out like what it's obviously supposed to be, they just kind of made it like he just has a face. There's just like a face on his groin now. You know, begs the question, so is he just like eating from his groin, you know? Whoosh. Oh. All right, here we go. I'm either going to be ahead or behind off of this one attempt. Unfortunately. Not coming in with too great of a time today. 40-something seconds is a little bit disappointing. Yeah, it'd really be nice if I could get this on a good run. Maybe one day. Alright, but I've got a pretty healthy cushion. Now it's just a question of whether treasure box is going to be a workable number or not. Haven't gotten the greatest of luck out of that recently. Might be due today. This is not the day I wanted a 1-1. Really not playing that well. I mean, I guess I'm not playing poorly, but I mean, the RNG has kind of been not great on a lot of stuff, and at times it's really mediocre. And I'm upset I missed that bomb throw. It's not been the best play day today. Which means I'm probably going to get a 1. It's just how these things work. I've got other problems too because I am really low on rupees. I did not get hardly any rupees out of that shovel game. That's not a good thing. Whatever. It's too late. I guess. I mean, something's better than nothing at the end of the day, but... And it's not like, you know, getting a 1-1 here prevents me from getting a 1-1 on a better run on another day. I don't know, I've had so many good runs that got just garbage RNG. It's kind of frustrating that one of the few runs I've gotten this far with a time this bad is the one that may get it. I mean, I'm talking like it's already happened, which it hasn't, and let's be real, it's probably not going to, but if it does, oh man. But to be real, I am due. Like, odds-wise, I'm about due for a 1-1. Why didn't you open the chest earlier, please? Like, I don't have a good enough time to be wasting time on stuff like that. 289 is brutal. Okay. Here we go. Nope, not a 1. What's it gonna be? Okay, this is not good. Like, I'm really not a good rupee situation. Yeah, that helps a little bit. Not a 3, so I'm probably going to be behind. No, wait, I am going to be behind. I'm definitely going to be behind, I think. There it is. Oh, okay, it's almost even. Oh, stay out of the way. Uh, 3-4. Huh? Hmm? Hmm? 3-3? So it's today is 3-1-4. 3 blue balls, 1 shovel, 4 treasure. All that's left is assuming I get there, how many Ganem warps. Three, 1, 4 is pretty much the expected luck other than the 1. Like a 4 is more or less the expected number. 3 is the expected number on a Ganem, and then shovel game is like a 2 or a 3 is the expected number. So at the end of the day, it's slightly better than average luck. Now this dungeon has not been very good luck so far. Some of it's bad placement by me, but... Oh, come on. There we go. Alright. Let's not take any more damage, please. No more damage, please. Especially no bullshit damage on this hallway, like last time. Oh, that was close. Alright. Thanks for coming in, dude. Good luck on Final Fantasy V, assuming that's what's next. I'll be interested to see what you think about that game. Yeah, it's a 4. I mean, the PB was a 1, so... And then there's a little bit of trouble in one of the areas, and then I had to open up more stuff than I usually do. Getting rupees. For every treasure box I have to open beyond 1, it's a 12-second loss versus the PB, because the PB was a first attempt. But I lost like 38 seconds. No, I lost close to 40 seconds there, and like that's just from like some messy stuff here and there. I made a couple of mistakes. This dungeon went sorta okay. Like I'll pick up a little bit of time here, I think. I don't think I'm going to lose anything. So I have a little bit of cushion. Hopefully I can extend it out to about 20 to 30 seconds by the time I get to Ganon's Tower. And then maybe I've got a shot at a PB anyway. Like, this is going to be rough to get under 57, unfortunately. But it's possible. I just going to have a really good second half. Yeah, 5 seconds. That's not too bad. All things considered. Like, one shovel game attempt is roughly 45 seconds, and one treasure box game attempt is roughly 12 seconds. So every time that I fail, it's an addition of that much time. Roughly. Like, whether you get the heart piece early on the dig makes a pretty big difference. It can make as much as like a 10-second difference. And then for the treasure box game, if you get it on the first one, that can save you a couple seconds. But otherwise, 45 seconds and 12 seconds is the rough number. That's why those games, that's why they're like the true gatekeeper of this category. It's just like bad RNG there can just shave minutes off of your, or put minutes on top of your time. The opposite, like good RNG can shave minutes off of it. Whereas you're fighting for seconds everywhere else, you know? So a lot of people just don't like to put up with that, and it's understandable. Like, I think it's the one thing that keeps this category from being the most popular. I mean, 100%. Not glitchless, but 100%. Well, at least didn't mess this up today. How did that happen? Aw, damn it. That's too bad. Forgot to hit the Y button. Alright, pretty good trip through there. Oh, that was unexpected. Didn't think he could jump over me like that. Oh, now I know. Oh. Ow. Oh, that sucks. I didn't think I'd let him touch there. I guess he did, though, barely. Ah, that's too bad. This was... Alright, what are we dealing with? Come on. Hurt! Damn it. Ah! He wouldn't face in the direction I wanted him to. It's like, that fight's... The slowdown in that fight's a mess, because... like, it makes the inputs lag. So, like... I tried to turn him and then swing the sword, but because of the lag, he doesn't turn. But it still gets the sword input. And so, while you're swinging the swords, you can't turn. And so, because I'm stuck in the sword swing, and I try to turn him again, but just, it's... oh, God. That sucked. Because it really wasn't even that hard of a fight, it's just like, every time I wanted to hit him, I kept swinging in the wrong direction because it wouldn't turn. The thing is, I mean, to be fair, like, I have no idea how many hits he had left. Just because of how messy that fight is. Because of how the spikes work. Like, I think it was only one more hit, but I don't know. It felt like it should have been only one more hit. Honestly, it felt like I should have killed him already, but... I can't really call that one a choke because it just didn't, like... That was kind of unlucky. Like, it's... The lag on that fight can be a problem. Like, if you want to get it over with before too much stuff starts moving around, because one, lag is a problem, two, the spike nullifying hits is a problem. And then three, it's just like, it's so easy to take damage there, and then before you know it, you're dead. So you really want to get through that fight as fast as you can. The longer it goes on, your odds of dying just skyrocket up. And because, I mean, one of the kind of finicky things about the spikes is, like, there is no give on those spikes at all. Like, 1 pixel is all it takes to count as a hit with those spikes. Like, most of the enemies in the game are a little bit more forgiving with the hitboxes, but like those, the spikes are just completely unforgiving. So like you really don't have a lot of movement space in there, especially once things start moving around. Like, the spikes take up, because of the way their hitboxes work, like, they take up more space than it might seem like they do. You know, like, the laser towers, like, I mean, they look like they take up a block, but the hitbox on them is much smaller than their appearance. But the spikes are, their hitbox is exactly as big as the thing appears. So like you got the, like you really don't have too much movement space once those things start swinging around everywhere. And then the moth's hitbox is pretty big too, honestly. Because he suffers from the like the forced perspective problem of like where are you going to draw the hitbox, because it's technically up in the air, which means you should be able to stand behind it and not get hit if you're thinking about it in 3D space, but it doesn't work that way in the game. And so that, you know, like the more or less the sprite is the hitbox. So if you're standing above it versus below it, you know, like below it, you feel like you can like stand under it and swing up, and you're kind of like swinging up at it. But when you're up over it, like it could feel like you're kind of far away from it swinging at it, but like you're really close to it, like, because it's just, all you have to do is just like touch the monster pixels and then you're hitting the hitbox. So you really can't do anything about it. That's just kind of one of those things with making a game from this perspective. I mean, Adventures of Elliot kind of had the same problem in that, you know, like when stuff's up in the air, you know, where exactly is the hitbox on it? And when stuff is like really big too, because, you know, like if it's really big, that doesn't mean like that the part on the ground that technically you should be able to touch is big too. It's just that the sprite box, the hitbox is really big because it's tall. So like technically the hitbox should only be like, you know, like the area, the circumference of, you know, like the legs or whatever, the base of it. But it ends up being the entire object, just because if it isn't, then it, in some ways it kind of feels like it doesn't make sense for some people. So like they tend to make the hitbox the entire object, but, you know, like when you're above it, then it stops making sense if you're kind of thinking about it from a more realistic, you know, like 3D-ish perspective. So you really don't have a lot of movement room in that boss arena, unfortunately. I guess it's a really, like, it's not a good boss fight. It's probably the only boss fight in this game that I would say is not really well designed. Like all the other ones, like they all make perfect sense for what they are. This one though, like it's just like everything about it's kind of weird. Oh well. That's too bad. Like, I thought maybe I could at least get that one somewhere interesting. I wasn't expecting to die on the moth. I haven't died on the moth in a long time, but when you get a bad one, you get a bad one. And that was a bad one today, unfortunately. Like, it's like usually when I die in there, it's because I go in there with low health. Like, less than, like, around 8 hearts or 9 hearts or something. But today I went in with full, which usually means there's never a problem, but man, I got wiped out in a hurry. It just didn't start out well, and actually, no, like, I won't say that. It started out okay. I mean, I got a couple of hits in early. I don't know how many of them actually registered, but I got a couple of hits in, and then usually that means I only need to get like maybe 2 or 3 more. If I'm lucky, maybe only 1 more. But whatever hits I did get either didn't register or the earlier hits didn't register, and then a lot of the opportunities I did have, like, I wanted to point in a direction and swing, but because of lag and other factors, I ended up swinging in another direction, and like it can get, it's difficult to, if you're really kind of mashing the buttons there, like if you're panic swinging a little bit, you can't turn while you're in the middle of a sword swing, so you have to wait until the sword swing's completely finished then reposition, and then swing again. And that's actually kind of a long wait. And while you're doing that, like, stuff can get away a lot of times, or like stuff will run into you. So like it can kind of encourage a little bit, you know, like mashing there. But that's actually the wrong thing to do. Like, you kind of want to control your swings. You really don't need to be, you know, bam, 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 swinging like that most of the time. Like, that's a little bit of a bad habit I've got. Need to fix that, I guess. Either way, like, it's... Today, I mean, like, the bigger RNG things were not so bad, but like that kind of stuff today, like a lot of the smaller stuff today was just not really working in my favor. All right, but yeah, we'll just go ahead and call it there for today, I guess. Thought I'd at least get a run at it there. I mean, it was set up to at least be close, but I wasn't expecting Moth Boy to kill me there. At all. I mean, like I said, if I'd gone in there with a little bit lower health, then maybe I would have been a little bit less surprised, but I'm kind of surprised this ended this way. Yeah. Maybe I should have switched the fire rod towards the end. I mean, that is an option there, is you can switch up to the fire rod, and that makes it a little bit easier to hit him because you can hit him from range, but it takes more hits, and your, like, fire rod burns through your magic in a pretty big hurry too. And if you're speed running, like, you really don't want to do it if you can, just because you have to replenish that magic at the end of the fight. So like, if you haven't taken much health damage and you're using up your magic, it's kind of a waste. Just because it's in a lot of ways slower, and then you have to refill the magic. So you're not really doing yourself any favors by using the fire rod most of the time. That's a shame. Like, the blind fight today actually kind of went well too. Oh well. All right, I'll give this another go tomorrow, I guess. But thanks for watching. Maybe next time. At least I don't really feel like I choked this one today, but it's still a disappointing result. And I'd have to go back and look at the fight again to see what I could have done better. I mean, I mostly know it's just like, if I had maybe calmed down with the sword swinging, I could have, like, turned and hit him a couple of times, but I'm not entirely sure of that either. Like, a lot just kind of didn't go right there. Okay, so Mijak's scheduled for 9:30 since we finished up here around 8:30 again. Been finishing around 8:30 a lot recently. We will go ahead and move that closer to about 9 o'clock. So I'll be doing Mijak's about 30 minutes from now. Just doing more runs on Act 1. Be going to the Boneyard today. Just trying to fill out the marks of the cats. Like, I thought I'd be able to do maybe like a run and a half yesterday. 2 runs if things went well. And then the 1 run I did was just a nightmare. It took forever. So hopefully that won't be the case today. But that's what we're doing about 9 o'clock my time, so about 30 minutes from now. So if you want to watch that, stick around. I'll be back in about 30 minutes. Otherwise, you guys have a good day. Hope to see you tomorrow. If not, see you next time. Have a good day, weekend, whatever it may be.